Hello YouTube, this is Trainboy90 Productions here, and today we are doing another custom showcase. Today we're doing two customs I actually decided to do. So further ado, we're going to take a look at two custom preserved engines that were built in the 1800s. Let's take a look at these two wonderful engines. Let's see who they are. Right here we have the two Beattie Well Tank customs I actually did. 30585, which I portray as a male Beattie Well Tank, and 30587, which I portray as a female. So we're going to take a look at these two. Both of them, of course, are made from a Trackmaster Chinese Edward after Magic J-Road Films actually told me that making them out of a Duncan was not a very good idea. So when I told him I was gonna make the Beattie Well Tanks out of a Duncan, he said it was not a good idea because it would come out weird, not very accurate. So he said I was gonna have better luck making them out of a Trackmaster Chinese Edward. So I purchased two of the Chinese Edward, actually two more of them, and went on to make these Beattie Well Tanks. So we're going to take a look at them one at a time, and further ado, we're going to take a look at their stock model first, the model I made them from, and then we're going to take a look at their actual custom model, which will actually be the main point of the showcase. So we're going to take a look at the custom model. After we look at the stock model, of course I like taking a look at my stock model that I actually used to make these two characters. So we're going to take these two out of the way and take a look at the stock Edward that I actually used to make these two right here. So further ado, we're going to take a look at the Edward. Let's do this. Right here is the stock Edward that I actually used, but this is not the actual Edward that I actually used. This is the base model for those two Beattie Well Tanks. So he has an 060 wheel arrangement, pretty much, in his face. Of course, here's the wheels. He has the normal side rods, and his tender. Not very much on the tender. Looks just like 2012 version, but with a different wheel arrangement. And here's the underside, if you're all curious what his underside actually looks like. There, so this is under the model. So we're going to take a look at the two Beattie Well Tanks separately. So first we're going to take a look at 30585 first. Let's get to this. Right here. Right here we have 30585. Of course, I will be revealing his name in a future Thomas and Friends episode, or I think I already did at some point, but take a look at him. So, here he is right here. Of course, I painted him black. He does have some nice modifications. This includes the rear of the model. The cab I actually painted, and I also did a lot of molding on the buffer beam. I put his number on the underside to distinguish. His side rods were actually 3D printed, pretty much. The pistons I made from Fix-A-Stick. I also used Fix-A-Stick to do some molding on the details, and also the rear end of the model as well. The back may not look the best, but it is what it is. Some right here, some of the details are actually painted on. The cab I actually painted. Right here is, right over here is part of what is actually the splashers, pretty much. A lot of the molded details I actually painted. You can see. His face is a 2012 James face that I made with modifications. Basically, I modified a James face. We did the snout to make him more distinct. The buffer beam I also rounded out pretty much and also painted. You can see a lot of mold, a lot of the fixed stick job I actually did with the pistons pretty much. Want him to be a very good runner. He's a very nice fellow, pretty much, so he's a very good runner, but his wheel does tend to get stuck here, you can see. Because, yeah, there are fucking idiots in this world, but don't worry, I'm not one. Like I said, this video is for general audiences. Of course, here we have the British Railways logo and his number, which is all printed. Did it on both sides, pretty much. There's the coal bunker. See? The windows I also painted. The original Edward cab is actually still intact, pretty much. So, we'll be taking a look at... Oh, I forgot. I also redid part of the smoke box. Very closely. I actually sanded part of the smoke box down to make it more like a Beattie Well tank. The toolboxes on him are actually 3D printed. Right here. So, the toolboxes were a model I actually made myself. And I also sanded down the stripes. But I did actually keep the handrail up here. So, we're going to take a look at 30587 and take a look at her model. Further ado, we're bringing up 30587. And I forgot, I also painted the windows too. As you can see, they're not centered, but this is literally the best I can do. They're not centered in the way they should be. We'll take a look at 30587. So, let's get 30587 over here, shall we? This one here is 30587. This is my second and last of the preserved Beattie Well tanks I actually did. And we'll be taking a look at her model. Her face is a Plero Rebecca face. I made a little bit of modifications to. This included making the chin a bit shorter. I also did the same with the other engine as well. I also made a little modification to the funnel too. And you can see these little dots on the dome. It's supposed to be the whistle. No, it's or the safety valve. Probably right back here is supposed to be the whistle. She has the same painted details. The British Railways logo and the number are also printed on, as you can see. Like with the other one, she also has 3D printed side rods. And the toolboxes, which I actually modeled myself and 3D printed, pretty much. So, toolboxes were actually modeled by me and 3D printed by me. So, I do sometimes model for my own customs too. So, pretty cool. I actually did model something because I didn't want to use fixed stick or milliput to make the toolboxes. I just wanted to make my own models of these toolboxes. I painted the buffer beam red, rounded them out pretty much. And the back is a little better than on the other one. So you can see right here, I painted the windows back here. And the matter of fact, here's her underside. Here's her number. You can see how much I molded a lot to actually make the shape of the rear of the engine, pretty much. I still wanted the wheels to spin. I also painted the wheels as well, like on the other one. And she has the same painted details, as you can see. But she still needs to be touched up a little bit. This part right here, of course, the splashers, pretty much part of the splashers. Supposed to be the shape of the cab. So, alright, so we're gonna end this video right here. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and I hope you do. I hope you enjoyed this custom showcase I did of the Beattie Well Tanks. And remember, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoy all of my custom showcases that I have made previously. And this is the 22nd episode I actually did the custom showcases. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And remember, stay tuned for more. And we'll end the video here. And thank you for watching. And that is it. Bye.